kids will think I'm dumb and laugh at me.
Da 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 da. Get ready for the show, 'cause it's Power Up on the go. Do 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 do.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. See you next time on PowerUp On the Go.
Okay, and scene. Good job.
I need some coffee.
Oh, no, me too. Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, I got lemon fog.
Thanks, baby.
For you. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Domenica gozaimasu.
Okay. And Reg, I got you classic English breakfast tea.
Cheers, lad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you guys did great. Sounded really good.
Josh, my dear boy, I haven't seen you since we filmed the Christmas special. And I never got a chance to tell you about my holidays. You see, back when I was but young, I was on a science expedition up to Pine, and they had magnificent red colour. That is not coniferous because deciduous trees have leaves. Yes, deciduous trees.
Okay, well, you guys enjoy the coffees. I got a split. But you guys, there's something I want to show you. So, follow me. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our newest segment where we go behind the scenes to look at a normal day's life here at PowerUp On the Go. I'm Josh, and I play Doc on PowerUp. Today, we're gonna see what the crew is up to. So here is the break area where two of our hardest working crew members are enjoying their time off. What's up, guys?
It's alright, man. Sometimes you just gotta trust the universe. If the stars align, it'll happen, man. Trust me, I know all about this stuff.
Well, I guess. But,
Hey, what's up, guys? You wanna say hi to the kids?
Oh, hey, Mr. Josh. Hey, kids. I'm just helping out my pal here, and he's down on his luck.
Down on your luck? What's going on, buddy? What's wrong?
I just kind of,
I'll let you kids catch up. I gotta go anyway. I heard there's a sun worship going on today at church, and I gotta find out where.
Leon, it's Sunday worship, not sun worship. They changed the sign. Anyway, tell me what's on your mind, Hamilton.
well, I was just talking to Leon, and I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah, about what?
Well, Leon was saying that I need to trust the universe and the stars with my problems, and that if I think really hard about good things, then I can make them happen. He said it had to do with attraction.
Ah, okay.
What are you doing, Mr. Josh?
I am reminding myself to book Leon an appointment with Pastor Darren. And I should probably also talk to Miss Jessica about hiring a new puppet. Come to think of it. But, Hamilton, you gotta stop listening to Leon, man. He doesn't always have the greatest advice. Like, well, what kind of problems were you talking about anyway?
Oh, it's my math test at school. I'm really worried that I'll fail. And all the other kids will think I'm dumb and laugh at me.
Fail? Why would you fail your math test?
I've already failed 2 math tests this month. I can't fail another.
Oh man, I see. Yeah, math is hard.
that's when Leon said if I think really hard about getting a good mark, then the universe will make it happen.
Hamilton, you know that Leon dropped out of school in the 6th grade. He's not the best guy to be taking school advice from. And besides, as Christians, we don't trust the universe or the stars or the planets or anything like that to take care of our problems. There's only one person that's deserving of our trust, and that's God himself.
Okay, so if I trust that God will make me pass my test, then he will?
Well, there's a little more to it than that. You see, there's some things in life that we have control of, and so we kind of have a part to play. To show you what I mean, why don't we read a Bible story? What about you kids? Would you like to hear a Bible story? You would? Great. I brought my favorite book along with me. It's called the Action Bible. And today, we're going to be reading about a very special character in the book of Genesis named Joseph. After Jacob reconciled with his brother Esau, they went their separate ways, and Jacob settled in the land of Canaan. Jacob had 12 sons, but his son Joseph was his favorite son, and he gave Joseph a very special coat. This made Joseph's brothers very jealous. Have you ever been jealous of your brothers or sisters? Maybe they've been jealous of you. Well, that's how Joseph's brothers felt, because they knew that he was their father's favorite son. One day, when Joseph was checking up on his brothers, they grabbed him, took off his coat, and threw him down a well. Then they sold Joseph as a slave to merchants that were headed to Egypt.
Mr. Josh, you said this was a story about trusting God, right?
Yeah, that's right. It is, Hamilton.
Well, why wasn't God watching over Joseph? Is it because he wasn't trusting him enough?
Well, who said God wasn't watching over Joseph?
Well, all those bad things happened to him. Doesn't that mean that God wasn't with him?
Hamilton, God is always with us, even in the hard times. And even though Joseph was going through a tough time, God was still in control. Let's read on and see what happens next. And so, Jacob's favorite son becomes the slave of Potiphar, captain of the king's guard. But Joseph does not beg for pity. He puts his trust in God and holds up his head proudly. Oh God, please help me. How is this in your plan? Soon, the spoiled young boy becomes a hard-working young man. Joseph has become my best slave. He doesn't act like a slave. Tell me more about him. Some traders brought him from Canaan. He's strong, intelligent too, and handsome. In the right clothes, he would pass for a prince. Years pass, and Potiphar eventually makes Joseph manager of all his property. Things are better with Joseph in charge. He prays every day, asking his God to help him. Wow, things are really starting to look up for Joseph, aren't they? First, he was thrown in a well by his brothers, sold as a slave, and now he's got a job, the manager of a rich man's property. Oh. You see, Joseph is making the best of his situation. He's trying to stay positive, even though things are tough.
So, did things start getting better for Joseph because he trusted God to help him?
Well, yes, Joseph did trust God all along, but he also never gave up. He knew he had an important job to do, and so he worked hard. And that's how God was able to help him. Imagine what would have happened if Joseph just said, okay, God, I trust you to get me out of here, but I'm just going to sit here and wait for it to happen. He probably wouldn't have impressed his boss, and he probably wouldn't have got that job.
Oh, I see. So what you're saying is with my math test that...
Yes, exactly, Hamilton. You can pray and ask God for help on your math test, and you can even trust him. But you also have to work at it and study. You see, God gives us some control over certain things in life. Let's keep reading on. The story's not over yet. But Joseph's success also leads to trouble. Potiphar's wife falls in love with the handsome young slave. One day, while Potiphar is away, Joseph, come sit beside me and tell me where you came from. Why are you here in Egypt? Thank you, but I have work to finish up before Potiphar returns. Do you always have to think of Potiphar? He's my master. I won't be disloyal to him or disobey my God. No man can treat me like that and live. She waits with Joseph's robe in her hands, and when Potiphar returns, she greets him with tears in her eyes and a lie on her lips. Your Hebrew slave tried to kiss me. I screamed and he left, but he dropped his robe. Here, see it? I'll throw him into prison for this. Look who we have coming to join us in such fancy clothes. When he's been here as long as I have, he'll forget what it's like to wear such nice clean clothes. And the rest, for now, is to be continued.
But I don't understand. Things were going so well for Joseph, and then he got sent to prison? What kind of ending is that?
Hamilton, what do you think the lesson is in this story?
To trust God no matter what, and that he's in control?
Mm-hmm. So, do you think that God is gonna abandon Joseph even though he's in prison?
Well, I guess not, but he's had such a hard life. When does it get better for him?
Hamilton, do you know what happens to Joseph in the end of this story?
No.
Well, he gets out of prison, he starts working for Pharaoh, and becomes the second most important man in all of Egypt. But it took him years to get to that point. You see, we can't always see that God's in charge or that he has a plan, but he does. He had a plan for Joseph, and he has a plan for you too, Hamilton. And for you kids at home, God has a plan for your life as well, if you trust him.
Thanks, Mr. Josh. I think I know what I need to do.
Yeah? What's that?
I'm gonna go home and pray, and then I'm gonna start studying for that math test. And then probably pray some more.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But why don't we pray right here? And you kids, you can pray as well. God, you are in control of everything, but you also expect us to do our part. Help us to be courageous like Joseph and trust you in all things, and to work hard at the things we can control. For the things we can't control, we trust that you have a plan and will take care of us. We trust you, God. Amen.
Amen.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for this week. But remember, if you're going through a hard time, it doesn't mean that God's not with you. Like Joseph, you can always remember to trust him. Bye for now.